Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Tuesday, the 21st of March 2023. Today's Millwall news. Is this a bit of foreshadowing? Here we go. This is a story from the londonnewsonline.co.uk using quotes from Jed Wallaces' interview on BBC Radio 5, I believe. It's still not over. Jed Wallace looking to close gap to Millwall in Championship playoff race. West Brom attacker Jed Wallace has insisted their race to break into the Championship playoff spots is not over. The 28-year-old has called the Baggies' clash against his old side Millwall after the international break massive. Indeed it is. Wallace left Millwall in the summer, joining West Brom in a free transfer. The former Portsmouth winger has made 41 appearances at the Hawthorns this season. Well, that's kind of written. That's not written well, is it? Because that would suggest he's played 41 times at home for West Brom. What they made a better sentence there would be he's made 41 appearances for the Hawthorns club, scoring 5 goals and registering 8 assists. Garrett's Lions occupy the final playoff spot with Carlos Corberan's side 5 points behind in 9th. It's still not over, Wallace told BBC 5 Live. Of West Brom's push to reach the top 6. I know we're needing a certain amount of wins in the games remaining. We have 9 games to get 7 wins, which we have done this season before. There are a lot of tired squads around the Championship in the EFL at the moment. Ours is certainly one. We've had a lot of injuries, but hopefully we get a couple of people back over the next couple of weeks, going into what will be a massive game against Millwall at the Hawthorns. It can change so quickly. Luton were 2 goals down at Millwall. They quickly get 2 goals. And then they go and win back-to-back games. It can look very different. It's the same with us. 5 points in the Championship can be nothing because there are so often 3 games in a week. We know we need to improve our away form. There have been a couple of hammer goals against Blackburn. We let one in the last minute. 2 points there are massive. Us and Borough have been on such a run to get into the top 6. Borough have gone a little bit better than us, certainly away from home. But we know it's still all to play for. We'll have a right go. I'm watching the other results coming in. You're hoping other results go your way, as are every other team at the bottom and the top. It's important that every team focuses on themselves. I know the amount of wins we need to get in the playoffs. Okay. Oh, there was more of that actually. I'm just going to refresh this. I think it's cut the story off. No. Okay. Okay. I thought he said there was something like they needed 7 wins from 9 or something. But okay. But yeah, is this foreshadowing? It would be absolutely galling, wouldn't it, if we lost to them, and then that starts a spiral where we just fall out of the playoffs, and then if he gets in the playoffs. I'm not a Jed hater. I know a lot of people hating Jed now. I'm not a Jed hater. But it really would be beyond the pale, shall we say, if we lose this game in a couple of weeks, and then that's the start of our decline. And then they go on, especially if he goes into the playoffs, and they end up going up. I mean, oh god, that would be so. Like I said, I hope this isn't a bit of foreshadowing of what's happening, and I hope the Mill players understand when they come to play this game how important it is in terms of the season and in terms of overall the overall arc of the club and the players. And we'll see if they undo when they get to the game and what result comes from that. Now, today was a match day for the under-21s, and they notched a hard-fought away win away at Colchester. Bit of a shock because they were 1-0 down after about 6 minutes, but then 2 minutes later they were 1-1. So happy days, and then they ended up scoring in the second half to make it 2-1. So there you go. Now, this is from millfc.co.uk. This is from millfc.co.uk. Millwall's under-21s were 2-1 winners at Colchester United on Tuesday afternoon. The Lions fell behind to an own goal early on in Essex, but Frankie Vid hit straight back to ensure the sides went in level at the half-time break. Now, Frankie Vid is a centre-back. I believe that goal come from a corner. Now, I don't know if it was straight like a header from the corner or like a secondary play, but interestingly, they don't name who scored the own goal unless it's underneath. No. Tom Leahy then scored the winner late in the second half to win the game. Kevin Nugent's side are back on top of the Professional Development League Southern Section table on goal difference, but Bristol City, their nearest challengers, possess a game in hand. Next up for Millwall's under-21s is a home game against Burnley on Monday the 3rd of April. Yes, so there's no under-21s games next week. They literally have a week off as well. And the team for Millwall was Wright, Walker, Adam Malaki, Cotton, Vid, Ockley, Boateng, Allen, Leahy, Imaku, so Maku played, Drozd, and the subs were Hearn on for Leahy on the 84th minute, Oliver Evans on for Imaku in injury time, 90 plus 4 minutes, and there was a trialist who came on at half time in the start of the second half for Drozd. Haven't found out who that is, so and the unused subs were Gilmore and Massey. So Gilmore making a surprise appearance, seeing that he's on loan at VCD Athletic, but I guess the backup goalkeeper George Evans was unavailable, so Gilmore takes a place on the bench. So there you go. Let's have a look at this table now and see where we are. There you go. Mill back on top. 22 games played, 45 points, same as Bristol City. They got a game in hand. And if you look to the teams in third and fourth, basically they've got a 10-point gap. Cardiff, who played the next game, they've basically got a 11-point gap on Swansea, but Swansea have 2 games in hand. So I think it's pretty much done and dusted that they're going to get through to the end of the season finals, which will see them play one of the teams, depending whether they finish first or second, of the Northern Group. As you can see, Sheffield United are running away with 52 points from their games. Wigan are in second on 33 at the moment, but it could be Hull or Burnley. So that will be a highly motivating game for Burnley next time we play them in a couple of weeks. So is it important that we finish top so that we avoid Sheffield United? Maybe, but you still got to play them in the final anyway. If you play the second base team, then you're gonna have to play Sheffield United in the final. So it doesn't really matter, does it? Play them in the semi, play them in the final. You still got to beat them to win the whole thing. So there you go. So that was the under 21 games today. Now moving on. This was put up by millfc.co.uk today. 4 lines in international action. They've got basically a summary of what we're expecting this week. Whilst the majority of Millwall squad continued their work at Clement Road over the March international break, a quartet of lines will be in action for their countries. On the senior side, George Saville will represent Northern Ireland Euro 2024 qualifiers get underway, beginning with a trip to Minnow San Marino on Thursday. The midfielder will then return to his homeland as the Green and White Army take on Finland Sunday. Also, Tom Bradshaw will proudly be in the Wales squad for the first time in 5 years. Croatia and Latvia provide the opposition, with a journey split up first, and then there's the playing in Cardiff against Latvia. Elsewhere at youth level, both Charlie Cresswell and Romain Esse will wear the 3 lines for England's under-21s and under-18s respectively. Cresswell plays at the Art of the Defence for Lee Carsley. Side will hope to gain 2 more caps as the under-21s take on France at the King Power Stadium Saturday the 25th and Croatia at Craven Cottage on Tuesday the 28th. Those 2 are friendlies. It's not any kind of qualifying. The game at Craven Cottage, I had a look. Tickets are still available, like 15 quid, really cheap actually, like 5 quid for kids tickets. It's pretty incredible how cheap they are. Esse and Neil Ryan's under-18s, meanwhile, are in Croatia, where they will play 3 matches in 6 days, beginning with the host nation on Wednesday before playing Belgium on Friday and Switzerland on Monday. That's basically like the under-18s are playing like a friendly tournament, kind of glorified kickabout. But there you go. So let's get into the timeline. So actually, first up will be tomorrow. England under-18s with Romain Esse. Now he's probably not going to play in every game. I think, like I said, it's because it's an unofficial kind of friendly tournament. You might see literally like 11 subs per game, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? So it's more or less a glorified kickabout. Obviously, the only thing we want to see is for Esse not to get injured, and that is our focus here. But that's tomorrow. That's the first one. We literally every day of the week until I think it's Wednesday the 29th. There's a Millwall players team, international team involved. So tomorrow it's Romain Esse, and then on Thursday it's San Marino, Northern Ireland. Then we go back to the under-18s Friday. That's in the morning, 11 a.m. Then we go back on Saturday. Saturday is England under-21s in the afternoon, and then Croatia versus Wales in the evening. But very unlikely that Tom Bradshaw would be involved in that. That is a massive game. Croatia are a very, very good team. So doubt that Bradshaw would be thrown straight in at the deep end, unless they had no other option. So then on Sunday we've got Northern Ireland versus Finland. Go back to the under-18s for the game on Monday, Monday lunchtime. Then we go back to, obviously that's on Sunday. British summertime kicks in. Remember that. So we go back to on Tuesday. We've got the England under-21s versus Croatia. That's the one that Craven Cottage. That's 5:45 kickoff. And then on Tuesday the 28th, the last game, Wales versus Latvia, which we're hoping Tom Bradshaw might get some game time in that. So that's your full week of International Lions fixtures for the week. One every day. And if you want to keep up to date with that, you can watch it. But of course, tune back into the channel. I'll keep you up to date with everything that's gone on, because I doubt there's going to be much Millwall news elsewhere happening. Not a lot going on. We've got a shirt auction, we've got a shirt raffle. Other than that, doubt there's going to be anything going on. I doubt the club are going to be announcing the new shirt thing. That's a bit early for that. Unless they're doing a competition to design a shirt, which I doubt they'll do. I think they're just going to hit an off the peg one because it's so late in the day. So there's that going on. But literally, the videos this week can be very small. They're going to be like probably about 10 minutes each, and not a lot going on. I'm just telling you if the Millwall player in that international actually played, and if they did, what did they do? So in terms of these international games this week, there was a company called Viaplay who've got the rights to nicked it off of Sky, paid UEFA a lot of money, and Viaplay are the descendant of Premier Sports, who are themselves, I believe, the descendant of Setanta Sports. Maybe not technically, but in terms of buying up the rights and stuff, and maybe buying up the name. But here you go. So the games, the San Marino, Northern Ireland games on Viaplay Sports 1. I don't know if you have that. It's a subscription service you need to sign up to. The only ones we can watch without any of that stuff is the under-21 games for Cresswell. They're going to be on the BBC Red Button, BBC iPlayer, and BBC Sport website. Also, the Wales games are going to be on S4C and S4C online, which you may be able to get. Then you might have to jiggery poke around. You might have to pretend to be living in Wales, set your region to Wales, that kind of stuff. But those are the only games you can play. All the Northern Ireland and the Welsh games are on Viaplay as well. But that's about it. The under-18s obviously it's a friendly tournament. It's not going to be shown live. We might get highlights on the FA's YouTube. I'm not sure, but we'll see when that bridge comes here. So there you go. There's your under-21s match day and International Lions program for the week. And on that note, thank you for watching and goodbye.